Good evening, everyone. How are you guys tonight? You guys are live here on the Redesign with Prima page with Brushed by Brandy. My name is Brandy. I'm the owner and artisan behind Brushed by Brandy. And I'm here tonight because I want to talk to you guys about the new Redesign with Prima decoupage papers. So Redesign has just come out with this line and they're a really cool product. So I'm going to show you what they are and how to use them tonight. So come on, you guys, let me know you can see and hear me okay. And we'll go ahead and jump in and get started. I'll try to read my comments and answer questions as we go. I'm going to show you guys my favorite method for decoupage. So what these papers are, they come in a tube like this, and Redesign has come out with several different patterns. I'll show you a couple here. This one's gorgeous. This is a dark floral. This one's called Bridget. That one's beautiful. I can't wait to use that one. The one we're going to use tonight is called Chloe, and it's a black and white pattern. Yay! Hi, Sheila. So this is the one we're going to use tonight. It's called Chloe. Oh man, I posted a piece today that has a design on it. Which one did I post today? I don't have it in here. Okay, this one's called Zola. This is a blue and pink floral. This is Giselle, which is this plum and mulberry color. The piece that I posted today is this one over here, and this is the Redesign decoupage papers on the center of this. So it came out beautiful, and so we're going to go ahead and use this tonight. So the piece that I'm working on is a highboy dresser, and it's got 6 drawers in it. These are the drawers, and I want to paper the front of these drawers. So I look for pieces that have framed out fronts like this. See how it's got the molding all around the edges? These are great for filling in the centers with some kind of design with the transfers, with the decoupage papers, but we're gonna put some papers on the front of this dresser. So this is how they come. They come in the tubes like I showed you, and inside you get 2 sheets like this. Now, I anticipate I'll probably get 3 of these drawers that I showed you out of these. So I have 2 of them. And out of those 2, I've measured, and I think I'm going to get all 6 drawers and the 2 nightstand drawers out of 2 packages of these decoupage papers. So if you guys sew, if any of you sew, if you're seamstresses, I would compare the texture of this to a interfacing is what it reminds me of. It's more of a lightweight fabric feel than an actual paper. Can you guys see the texture on that? So they're slightly translucent. You can see the color of my shirt coming through behind that. And so you'll notice on my piece, I prepared my piece by putting on 2 coats of dixiebell drop cloth is going to be my base color. So this is 2 coats of dixiebell drop cloth. And then, let me try to position you guys can see me. Okay, I'm actually going to tilt my camera down a little bit. You won't see my face, which is no major loss tonight because I have no makeup on. But let's get this drawer in the shot for you guys. Okay, back up. So I'm going to first take, and there's a top and a bottom piece because the pattern has a repeat to it. So I want to make sure that I'm starting with my actual top piece and the top piece of my dresser. So I know this is the top drawer of my dresser because it's got the maker's mark in it right here. Can you guys see that? So I know this is my top drawer and this is the top of it. So I want to make sure I've got that lined up. I'm going to face it towards me, so it will be backwards for you guys, but I want to make sure I can see it. And then I'm going to take what is the top piece of my decoupage paper. And I'm going to go ahead and line it up here. Now these are straight out of the package, so I'm going to need to trim it a little bit. But these trim really nicely. So I'm actually going to take just a straight razor blade. You could use an X-Acto knife. And I'm going to line this up perfectly to the edge of my drawer. And then I will come in here and I'm going to go ahead and trim this out. So I'm holding it down to make sure I get a nice straight line all the way across, and I'm just going to trim this off. And this is just a single pass with a razor blade is going to cut this with a really nice clean edge. So there's that side, and let's go ahead and go over here. And then this piece that I'm cutting off will give me the full front of my next drawer too. So these are, one package of these is great for doing a, you know, a vanity front it would do, a small dresser. In my case, I'm going to use 2 packages to do a total of 8 drawers with, which is quite a bit out of 2 packages. Now I've got a little corner over here. I've cut my line, but I want to go ahead and cut it from the edge. So I'm just going to use my scissors for that. I've got a pair of scissors out here, and it cuts really, really, really nicely. With fabrics, you can get a, you know, a frayed edge, but these cut beautifully. Okay, and then I'm going to set aside, this is my second piece. This will do my second drawer. So I'm going to set that aside, and this is my cut piece that I'm going to use on my top drawer. Okay, it's got a really nice fit. So I cut the bottom, but my sides are also a little bit too large. So I'm going to go ahead and slice those down. Same thing, I'm going to use my razor blade to give me a nice, really clean cut. I cut it as much as possible before laying the actual paper, and then I will come back after I lay it and I can trim it up if needed. But I think on this one, I'm going to have a really nice fit. And then it's just still stuck in the corners. So I'm going to cut that with my scissors. And I apologize, you guys, I don't have help with me tonight, so I'm going to scoot in a second and I'll read the comments and see if you guys have any questions so far. So this one has kind of a white background. So my dixiebell drop cloth that's on my drawer is going to show through this a little bit. So you do want to make sure that you have your paint color, and then it will show through the decoupage papers just a little bit. Let me scoot forward and read my comments. Where can you get these? Are they heavier than a tissue paper? Okay, great question. So if you guys go to redesignwithprima.com, you can choose find a retailer. I believe the website might be, it should be up today, actually. It's been down this week, but it should be up today. Yeah, Sean's working right now. If you go to find a retailer, you can input your zip code, and a lot of the retailers are just now getting these in stock. Sean is traveling for work. He got a new job and he's traveling for training, so he's not here with me tonight. So how I like to lay decoupage. Oh, I'm sorry, one more question that I need to answer. Are these thicker than a tissue paper? I showed you guys in the beginning, I would say they're more of a lightweight fabric than an actual paper. So these, like I can put pressure on these and they don't rip. They're very durable. They're about the same weight as a tissue paper, but they're much stronger than a tissue paper. So how I like to lay my decoupage is I use wallpaper adhesive. So this is the one I like to use. This I get at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's Roman brand wallpaper adhesive. And it dries clear, which is a great thing. And it's also super easy cleanup. Do not use Mod Podge. I hate Mod Podge. Shower time. Go take a shower, Elaine. So I'm just going to open up my wallpaper adhesive. And I use this same method for all weights of papers, whether I'm using a poster, tissue paper, these decoupage papers. I've used it on a wallpaper, gift wrap, everything. I use the same method for. And I've never had any problems, and I never get any bubbling. It's really easy. It reminds you of a dryer sheet. Yes, Wendy, that's a great comparison. It is. It's about the weight and texture of a dryer sheet. So I'm going to take my wallpaper paste, wallpaper adhesive, and I'm just going to brush it onto my drawer front. Now, with the thinner my paper, the less adhesive I need, because I don't really want it to smash out the edges of my paper. But I'm going to make sure that I'm getting it all the way to the edges of my drawer. Let me back up a little bit so you guys can see me again. So I'm just going to brush this lightly onto my drawer. If I'm using a thicker paper, sometimes I will back butter my paper, but these I do not back butter the Prima decoupage papers. So a thin layer of wallpaper adhesive. And then I will take this cut piece that I've already cut. Make sure I've got my top on it, and I'm just going to place it right on top of my adhesive. And these, because they have that little bit of give and durability, you can replace them. So I'm going to show you that right here. So, oh, my placement is wrong. I'm going to lift this and I'm going to reapply it to make sure my edges line up. With a tissue paper, you could not do that. You would rip your paper if you tried to replace it like that. So now I come in here just with my hand and I'm going to flatten it out with my hand. And that's fairly flat. But then I will take this tool right here. This is called a brayer. It's a little rolling pin tool. It's got a silicone roller on it. And I'm going to roll this right over the top of my decoupage paper. Forgive the noise. It's writing the edges of my drawer. It's rubbing on the wood. So I will rub it that way, and then I'm going to go this way too, because I want to make sure I get it nice and flat. Absolutely no bubbles in this. Now I find that because this is like that lightweight fabric material, it's got little tiny holes in it, and that helps push the bubbles out too. So, I mean, I hate to make this sound too simple, but that was kind of it. So I'm going to wait for my adhesive to dry, you guys. And I just papered the front of this drawer. The wallpaper paste washes out super easy from my brushes. You notice I'm using my good dixiebell brushes. Sorry, I get kind of an echo talking into this drawer box. I'm using my good dixiebell brushes and I will wash them out with water. It washes out really, really easily. You know what? We might be losing power. Who asked me that? Marianne, we might be. Yes, I'm using my dixiebell brush, my nice dixiebell brushes. Ta-da! That's it. So once that adhesive dries, I will brush over a clear coat over the top of this. I'll probably do 2 coats of my dixiebell satin clear coat, and this drawer will be done. It's literally that simple. I will get no bubbles in this paper whatsoever. When I come back to brush on my clear coat, let's go ahead and do another drawer. I'll do one more with you guys. I know, that was like really easy, huh? It won't play. Go back and come back in again, Rita, if you're having problems, if it's freezing up for you. So this is my cut piece. So I'm still using 1 piece of my decoupage paper. This is my cut piece. And this is a good sized dresser. So I'm going to get 2 drawers out of 1 piece. And I still have a whole nother piece in my package. And I'll have scraps even left over from this. So you get quite a bit out of it. So I'm going to come in. This is the 2nd drawer in my dresser. So my pattern will match up from my 1st drawer to my 2nd drawer. Did I do that right? Hang on, I'm just questioning. Oh yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure my pattern lines up, but I have them in the right order. Make sure I didn't grab the wrong paper. Okay. Right? Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. Had that moment of panic, but I'm okay. My pattern does line up for my papers. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with my straight razor blade. I'm going to come in here, right at the edge of my drawer, and I'm going to cut this. And it's a single pass just with the razor blade. Cuts really, really easily. I made sure I have 2 coats of my dixiebell paint. The color on this dresser is drop cloth, and it works really nicely under this decoupage paper because it's got kind of a white background. It's translucent, so make sure whatever color you pick is complementary because it will come through your paper just a little bit. Translucent like a tissue paper would be. And now that I cut that straight line, I'm just going to cut these edges off. And this is my cut piece right here. I'm going to show you guys the texture of this again on camera because I think that's really important. But people compared it to a dryer sheet or interfacing. Can you guys see the fine texture on there? So it's about the weight of a tissue paper, but it's more of a fabric. So these are available at the Redesign with Prima retailers, are just now getting these in stock. It's a brand new product. If you guys go to redesignwithprima.com, you can input your zip code and find a retailer near you. And then they should be just now getting these in stock. They come in, I think, 12 different designs. I believe I showed some other ones at the beginning of this, but there's florals. This is a script pattern. And the retailers are just now getting these. So now I'm going to trim my sides of my drawer. Same thing with my razor blade. Cuts super easily. And you get nice clean cuts too. And then now I've got that, it's kind of cut it. I'm just going to cut the edges with my scissors. And I can come back after my adhesive is dry and I can trim this more if I need to. But this, I mean, I really haven't needed to. This really gives me a nice clean edge. Okay, and then that's my cut piece. I'm going to brush on my, I'm using Roman brand wallpaper adhesive. This is my favorite method of decoupage. I never get bubbles. It's super easy. I said this at the beginning, but I use this on all weights of paper, whether it's a poster, tissue paper, whatever it is. The only difference is if it's a thinner paper, I use less adhesive. So I just brush on a thinner coat. So this is a fairly thin coat, and I'm not going to back butter the paper because this is a thinner one. And then I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to place it right onto my drawer front. I need to replace that so I can just pull it up. And get it right into my corners. Nope, I didn't get this corner, so let me try that again. See, so this is awesome because I need to place this again. I can pull it right back out of that adhesive. Find my correct placement. I want to get it all the way into my corners. It doesn't slide on my drawer front, so I really need to get it placed. And then I will work it out nice and flat with my hand. And then I can come back. This is my brayer tool, which is like a rolling pin tool. And I will roll over the top of this. Another thing that works for this, let me show you guys another tool I use for decoupage sometimes too. So if your drawer fronts are too small to roll with this tool, this is a little cake spatula, and I'll use this to push out my bubbles sometimes. So it's a little like what you would use to put frosting on a cake, and I can use this. It's a little dirty, and I don't want to get my white paper dirty. And I can ride this right into these corners and push it all the way down in the edges. So with fragile papers, you guys know, if you overwork the paper, it can start tearing a little bit. Sorry about that. So same thing I did with my brayer. I can work out all my bubbles. Okay, and I used minimal adhesive. I got a little bit of excess out that pushed out my edges, but very minimally. And this is my look here. This is my drawer. How awesome is that? It looks so good. So I will come back and I will seal this once my adhesive is dry. I will seal this with 2 coats of my dixiebell clear coat. In this case, I'm going to use dixiebell satin clear coat for this. I'll seal it with 2 coats of my clear coat, and then I can decorate it any way I want with gilding waxes or artisan powders or anything like that I want to use. And this piece will be done. So I've got 4 more drawers on my dresser to do, and then 2 nightstands, and then I'll have a full matching set. You love it. It looks good, huh? You like my ringtone. I just got a new phone and I haven't changed any of the notification sounds, but it's a nice, crisp, clean pattern. It's a beautiful design. I'm excited for this. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up these drawers tonight, and then I will get this piece put together. I should have it done in the next couple days, and then you guys will get to see another completed look. Thank you, Hallie, for posting the link where to buy them. Hallie just posted it, and they retail for $8 a roll. And I'm using 2 tonight. So a $16 investment. It's really minimal, and it's a beautiful, easy to use product. So you guys go check out the Redesign with Prima decoupage papers. Let me show you again this piece I did with another one of the designs. This one here has the decoupage papers on it. This one's got one of the redesign transfers on it, the Beautifully Native transfer. I've got this one coming out. It's a beautiful piece. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to finish up this dresser. You guys have a great evening. I'm reading this comment here from Diana. Never decoupaged before. It's so easy. I don't get an iron out. I don't do that. Don't use Mod Podge, the wallpaper adhesive, a brayer, and you can clear coat right over the top of your paper. It's so easy. I also have another video on this, same process on my YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out. So go follow me at Brushed by Brandy. Pick up these papers if you have a chance. They're a really cool product. I'm excited for them. And I will catch you guys later. Thank you.